With the rise of AI in the last couple of years, there have been so many of the top models being released by some of the biggest names in tech, whether that be OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, Meta's Llama, Deepseek, Mistral's models as well. There's so many players, and it's so difficult to know what the best model for your use case is. And although all of these come under the broad term of large language models and you access them in similar ways, the prominence and mountain of investments that have gone into these companies, into these proprietary models, has resulted in continuous search for advantage and competition over each other. And therefore, for some use cases, there is a discrepancy in the model's performance. So it's definitely worth knowing what type of model you should use. In this video, I'll be showing you a method and resource to understand what the best model is for your specific use case. And I'll also show you a way to access the top models with one subscription. So like with a TV remote, you can just flip between the models for your specific use case. You're going to want to look for AI model benchmarks. Just type that into Google, and there's many options here. This is a market in itself, but the best one that we use is artificial analysis AI. This could be a little bit overwhelming, but as you can see, all the big names here, DeepSeek, OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, etc. All these models have been evaluated against certain benchmarks. So you can see here in terms of quality, speed, price, and you can compare all the different models. So as you can see here, OpenAI's O1 model and DeepSeek's R1 model, which has recently got a lot of press. These are at the front of the pack at the moment in terms of quality. Now, not all models were created equal. There's a difference between large models, smaller models, but we can dive into the types of models in a different video if that would be interesting to you. If you want to navigate this as well, we can see all the output speed, quality and price as well. There's a few vectors through which you can look at this. Here in the quality evaluation section, we can hone in on the specific use cases. So say if you wanted to look at reasoning and knowledge, and the performance of those, O1 is at the top. Scientific, say if you were in biotechnology, academia, or maybe pharma, then this would be particularly interesting to you as well. DeepSeek and O1 at the top. Gemini as well, doing really well for those specific use cases. If you had more quantitative or programming use cases, quantitative would be an interesting metric for you, and DeepSeek R1's at the top. And coding as well. DeepSeek R1 is there too. Artificial analysis.ai, we can even see as well here a context window, which shows you kind of the prompt and the size of the prompt and the size of the sources and the input that go into your prompt. And say if you're working with really big sources, then you'd want to use Gemini's 1.5 Pro model in this case. Now let's jump into the Otio platform, which allows you with one subscription to access most of the top AI models at the moment. So how you would access this is you go to the bottom left, AI settings. Just to clarify, this is a feature for Max users. So you choose your AI model here. You can see the variety of AI models on display and available to you. GPT-4o, DeepSeek, DeepSeek's new reasoning model as well at the bottom there, which as we saw before was at the top of a lot of the benchmarks. Gemini 1.5 for a long context window as well. So you have access to a suite of models for your particular use case. Now, one notable omission would be OpenAI's O1 model, and at the moment we haven't shipped that on our platform yet. If we go back to artificialanalysis.ai, OpenAI's O1 model's price is a huge outlier. So at this moment in time, we're not able to offer OpenAI's O1 model. But as we saw before, DeepSeek R1 model does stack up quite nicely to OpenAI's O1 model. And that's of course available in the platform. At the moment, I'm using Claude 3.5 Sonnet, but as many of us in the AI world, I've been trying to phase in DeepSeek's R1 model. But as I mentioned there, Gemini 1.5 Pro is really great at handling those large books or data sources like that. So yeah, in conclusion, do not be overwhelmed by the sheer number of models available to you at the moment. You can use artificialanalysis.ai to compare the different models for your specific use cases. You can also use Otio.ai to flip between the top models in one subscription. So thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. I hope you have an amazing day. The links to everything mentioned will be down below in the description, as well as a link to Otio.ai. Be sure to check that out. And please do subscribe as well for the latest AI news and showing you how to get the most out of AI, especially at work and for research-based use cases. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.